Hi, and welcome here to Ask Evette. And today we're going to be looking at septicemia and also sepsis. Hi guys, welcome. Evette Rose here, your host for today's topic. We're going to be diving into septicemia and also sepsis. But guys, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the author and also the founder of Metaphysical Anatomy, which is a big book of 679 medical elements. And this is for the psychosomatic stress for adults. And guys, yes, of course, we have the kids version too. So we have that one just recently launched. I'm so excited. And remember also, you can learn so much more about what I do and also the healing work that we do. So you can even jump in to find out how to read the body like a book by doing the intuitive body workshop classes. You can join our new spirit guide in mentorship program, which is also a 6-month mentorship program where you're going to learn how to meet you guys, communicate with them, and also heal with them. And we also now have free master classes every week, and it's absolutely free. It's called Fast Track because it's just 45 minutes, because I know you guys are busy, but it doesn't mean that you can't continue to keep up your quality of life at the same time. We also have the MAT Level 1 healing course, which is technique behind this book to heal and shift trauma effectively and fast. And you can bring 2 friends and you can come for free. So guys, there you have it. And now we're going to be diving into our topic. So now we're going to be diving into septicemia and also sepsis. These two are a little bit different. So we're going to be addressing them both because they're so closely related. So guys, septicemia is a serious blood infection, and it now can occur when we have a bacterial infection that now enters the bloodstream from elsewhere in the body. Now, for example, this is a very important point. First of all, when we just look right off the bat, that it's a bacterial infection that enters the bloodstream from somewhere in the body. That means that septicemia is not the initial problem. It's a secondary problem. So you want to look at where could this bacterial infection have come from? Because that entry point where it came from, that is going to be your first psychosomatic point now to address. So keep that in mind. So that's why sometimes when a lot of people, they try to, address septicemia and deal with it, blah, blah, blah. Yay, it's not the easiest thing to shift because people deal with the secondary problem and not the first initial cause in the first place. So first of all, when we're looking at bacteria, when we're looking at infection, now we know we're looking at a combination of tremendous guilt, and normally not necessarily guilt in relationship to having done something wrong, but it could be in relationship to a decision that was made, maybe something that was said. There's a lot of regret in relationship to that as well. There's a feeling of, I am on a path where I don't really want to be, but I don't know how to change it, or I don't have the self-worth to change it. I don't know how to call my power back from this. And this is creating a strong sense of inflammation, the infection, and that release now it's leading to deep suppressed anger, because the place of disempowerment that you are moving into or feeling stuck in means and is telling you that there's something or someone outside of you that's causing you to feel that they are bigger than you. And this is creating a feeling of, I am demeaned, I'm not strong enough, I'm not good enough. And normally it could potentially actually be the case that there is a very domineering person around you or circumstances, but this is not healthy. Right? It's not healthy because it means that this person or these circumstances are overpowering. And normally it's overpowering in a really bad way, and because there's no consideration for you, your space, or your quality of life, or your needs as well. But now it begs the question, why are you allowing this? Why is it that you feel powerless in relationship to a certain person or a certain dynamic in your life? So what I just explained here for you in a nutshell is going to be secondary for you to explore based on where the infection, for example, started in the first place, because that's going to actually be your starting point. Because now we can it can start from the skin. So if it starts from the skin, because remember, your skin is your boundary. This is your barrier between you and the world. So whatever it is that could be, maybe there's a person, there's a situation around you that's constantly causing you irritation and just frustration. So there's constantly an overstep of your boundaries. And there's a part of you that's passively reacting and not expressing what needs to be expressed. You're tolerating people or circumstances right now, but it begs the question, for what purpose? There's no point in tolerating something. So it begs the question, what step is now removed from you correcting this in an easy and graceful way? Because normally the reason why we don't correct boundaries that are being overstepped is because we don't like confrontation. We don't like the rejection that can come from that. But that also means that, why are you accepting rejection as as a punishment. Who is this person to think that they have the power to take attention away from you with the intention to maybe hurt you or manipulate you because you did something or expressed a boundary that didn't suit them? Well, that's not a healthy dynamic in the first place. Not a bad thing if these people fall away. Now, if we look at it from the lungs is all about joy, it's happiness. So we store and hold a lot of grief. We also feel very trapped and suffocated in our life. Normally it's going to show up in the lungs. And normally old unresolved trauma associated with circumstances where you might not have been able to run away or get away from, and feeling that there's a trauma locked in and you're holding your breath and you're hoping that someone doesn't see you. And you're hoping that you're not exposed. You're hoping that someone doesn't make you feel vulnerable. Now, who or what perhaps made you feel so much in this exact way? Because there's a part of you that's frozen in time. Now, we're also looking at kidneys. So kidneys, we know it's all about getting rid of all the negativity, the resentment, the stress. But there's now a part of you that feels like, I can't let go of this resentment. I can't let go of this stress because the injustice is too great. Now, if we look at the bladder, for example, this is where and how we can actually establish our territory. Now, normally in this case, masculine figures such as a father figure, or it can also be a mother figure that's very masculine, can challenge this, right? Can challenge our ability to establish our personal space. And it's causing you to feel tremendously angry because this person is constantly, either with their personality, their words, their behavior, invading your space, making you feel criticized or judged. And you know that in whatever way this is happening, it feels like this is so unnecessary. But feeling the inability, not having the power behind this anger or the stress that you're feeling to finally just say, no, I don't like this. Don't behave like that. Don't treat me this way. So in relationship to everything I've mentioned so far, there's regret. There's regret and there's feelings of, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done it that way. You know that feeling of what if, or I should have? I know you know what I mean. We've all been there, we've all done that. But there's a part of you that's stuck within that right now. Now, when we also look at bacteria, right, from these type of different infections that can enter the bloodstream and then multiply rapidly, causing immediate symptoms. Now, in most cases, the bacteria and their toxins can actually be carried through the bloodstream to our entire body. So now it also brings up the topic of toxicity, right? So whatever dynamic or stress it is that you're in is becoming toxic because you're not communicating what it is that you need to say. So now it begs the question, what is it that you can say that can help you to correct this imbalanced situation in your life? Now, let's also have a look at, because septicemia and sepsis are not the same. Now, although terms are sometimes used maybe interchangeably, sepsis is actually a very serious complication of septicemia. Now, sepsis can take place when there is inflammation throughout the body, and this inflammation can cause actually blood clots. It can cause a block of oxygen reaching vital organs, resulting in organ failure. And now also when the inflammation occurs with, for example, extremely low blood pressure, it's called septic shock, and that can have tremendous consequences. So first of all, right off the bat, when we just, for example, now here look at sepsis in itself, now we're not talking about septicemia anymore. We're looking at sepsis. And this is now inflammation that is running throughout the body. This tells me that there is a lot of suppressed anger. You might be like, I don't know anger. What anger are you talking about? Well, if that's you, this is the problem. What anger? Yeah. It's suppressed. It's so deeply suppressed that there's a high chance that you might not even recognize it. But the body on a cellular level is feeling that anger. It's feeling that injustice as well. And when we now combine and look at it in relationship to blood clots, that anger have become a hardening of the attitude of your approach to life. And it's like you're resisting the circumstances that you are in right now. You are resisting the stress or the trauma or the injustice that you might be going through or that you did go through. And now you're having a delayed response to that. But it is not knowing how to communicate. You feel that you have a tremendous communication block that is stopping you from expressing what it is that you need to say. But now it begs the question, Who or what made you feel that you can't express yourself? Because this is causing you a tremendous amount of anger. Those consequences in relationship to the time when you probably did communicate yourself in the past, that needs to go. That needs to be shifted. And now also when you look at certain vital organs that are not being reached through the bloodstream, look at the organ that is being affected, because now you need to look at that psychosomatic connected to that organ combined with what I shared here with you today. So guys, there you have it. Thank you for joining me. And until next time, be the light that you are. Thank you guys for joining me here. And also remember to subscribe to our math membership website. You can check out so much more. There's so many free healing courses there as well. Go to evetterose.com, see all the free master classes and events that we have coming up. There's always something happening on our platform. And we love to hear from you for the Ask Evette episodes, but also for the psychosomatic patterns that you would love for us to talk about, especially when it comes to these books, the research that's in it. And there's so much to be learned and so much to be shared as well. So I love your questions. Let us know what's on your mind. Let us know what you would love me to address as well. Life challenges, it's endless. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. And remember to subscribe so that you can stay up to date with the latest and greatest videos that's coming out just for you. Until next time, be the light that you are.